bleachers that, you know, specific, and they've always done it, but an actual bleacher actually, they must roll the mat out, then the bleacher must go over the top of the mat, but it stays off the main floor, but people that are walking in and out of the gym, you have to walk on that mat. You know, you're not walking on the floor. You know, now they got a little more room than what we probably have, but you know, you can still do that same thing. I mean, at least you're not, doesn't keep people off the court, but you know, most people, if you see it there, you're gonna probably walk on that versus walking on the floor.
Well, Dave and I, even today, we were talking about getting runners. I went to a game, a college game last weekend or whatever, and they have a baseline entry too, and they have a runner route going along there. And if we can get something like that on that baseline side, I think, like you said, if it's there, the people hopefully would get the clue that they can walk on that.
Still have to sweep in that though. I did that last night. I was in the corner and then I did back forth on that side. And I picked the towel up after and it's just covered in dirt from the streets and salt, so we know it's there. That'll be our biggest help still in ours, sweep and mop that.
Is there anything else that you want to give us off your report?
Who would be in charge of looking at getting a price on if you're gonna redo the floor basically to a point that where you're gonna strip it down as far as getting it all repainted and all the lines redone? Because if you take it down to that point, you only do that about every, what, 15 years maybe?
15 to 20.
Yeah.
We've got a.
It's been at least that, so.
We've got it on, Jeremy, I, Dave, and Alice have been meeting now 2 or 3 times, and we're putting together short, middle, long-term plan, and putting out all the stuff in there, and we've kind of been going through that, trying to lay that out, and we're getting costs and prices on tons of different things right now, so we can kind of figure where it's gonna go in.
Can we get an idea what it would cost to do that part of it?
We will be eventually, yeah, not this year we got it coming, but I think it was in our 3 to 5 year
Right,
scope
but
that had
if you're
to
gonna
finish.
take the floor all the way down to, possibly all the way down to the wood,
Yeah.
then why wouldn't we look at doing it that way and maybe getting the Booster Club and some of the other ones involved, but you need to have an idea what it's gonna cost.
Yeah, we will do that. It's to say it's not, right now we're just trying to get the stuff in the 1 year, then we'll get, probably talking more summer for the 2 to, I think we had 2 and 3, 2 and 4, and then we had 5 plus, that's what it was. Yeah. Kinda laying that out to bring to the, everything the cost right now, so you're probably talking, we probably have those costs sometime during the summertime to find out when. Right now, Dave and Jeremy and I and Dallas are kinda looking at a lot of other stuff that are bigger, like stuff like classroom furniture, and first grade stuff is now over 40 years old. So we are concentrating on we've kinda went through and did an age thing here in the building, and trying to prioritize and get costs, so we can start bringing that to everybody and figure out what it is, so. We're in the process, it's been going pretty well, we'll have another thing here, I think, what is it, 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after, I think we meet again? Yeah, everybody has a chance to get that stuff.
Did we determine if new tables in the cafeteria can fall under
They
the
can.
service? So that's.
Denied
we'll
again,
know
last
that.
go tried, they all denied it, yeah.
Okay.
But we have on the plan, we've got a lot of stuff we'll bring to you when to get it all done, it's, so you understand, you know, 2 at a time, you know, over some years. Kinda, we're laying all that out, trying to, yeah, we'll keep trying it this day, but.
Yeah, 'cause I hear there's some that don't really go down and stay down, and, I mean, that becomes a safety issue, so.
It'll be right now. Yeah, we're gonna get that. They should have stuff for you for what's coming next year, probably by, kinda have to wait till the legislative actually does something here, so we don't have to redo our budget like 3 times by June. So we're kinda waiting until April, May, when they actually take some action before
Okay,
we.
we're getting off track here, so these are questions that we can talk to the administration about after our meeting. Is there anything else that Dave, that you have that we need to be aware of besides what you have on your report?
Not at this time.
Okay. All right, thank you, Dave. Superintendent McNulty, your report?
Okay. 2 major things I had there. The MSBA conference held back in January. Carla and I went to that. We kind of split up and tried to get as many different things in as we felt that would be good for the school. Carla has given me her resources. I have a bunch. I actually putting together binders for stuff that I'm gonna let you guys know when I've got most of mine in there now. Carla's got me some more stuff. Get together. We did a lot of things. We looked at stuff for The building facility, we did a lot of question asking right there, that she's already commented on. We checked some things on student achievement, 21st century learning, testing and stuff. We kind of covered as much as we could. So that went well. I mean, I think Carl would agree, there's a lot of good stuff you're getting from them. You find a lot of information and a lot of people will talk to you. So that went really well.
An excellent speaker too.
Yeah, really good. I actually have his, I think she's got the book and I've got tape, or CD stuff of him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's a Minnesota boy too, so, yeah, he was very, very good. So it's on trust.
Right.
Yeah, that's the biggest, I've been there now 4 years, and that's the biggest crowd coming back the second day I've seen, because he was that good. Usually about half the people are gone. No, they didn't leave on this one. He was good. And then one other thing that you note will be coming, with the stuff going on with crisis policy, we're gonna have some changes. Our health and safety will address some changes here in the March meeting, which means we'll have some stuff coming to you in March or April for board approval. One of the major changes we made is we keep all the doors except the main entrance locked now all the time. That's the big one. And we've got a few small things that we're gonna be addressing, including, of course, we have some name changes. And we really rely on Chief Carlson for a lot of that, because he does get a lot of that information, and once something big happens, he is kind of the boss of that. But we'll be bringing some board stuff in probably March or April to you, just so you're aware of that. And Mr. Schmidt covered the other things, so thank you, Mr. Schmidt. And I was gonna tell him, good job in the science grant, that'd be fun.
Okay. School board report, special ed, Klitzky and Heigl. Okay. Community ed, Mockmeal and Radke.
Well, we met recently here, I guess, and working on the website, working on trying to get more people involved and more activities available.
Yep, we got some good stuff on the website. Our biggest issue, I think, with the other two noted was getting people to sign up for them. Sheldon Hills, that's been our biggest issue, that they can't get the people to sign up for them, so a lot of them are disappearing that way. I think that was probably our big thing, so.
And we have that on the website.
Yeah.
Community ed stuff's on it.
Yeah, we've
Trying
made a
to
lot of good
improve it.
changes. Kim's making some things, she's kinda giving me how to do it. You know, she's trying to figure out how to do it a little more animation, I would say, or call it, or whatever you want to call that. So as soon as she gets that, teaches me how to do that, then we'll get that on there too.
Okay. LPPE, Heigl and Radke.
Mr. Schmidt, did you attend their meeting on Friday?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little update on that? I had an appointment, I couldn't make it.
I talked about curriculum, and our curriculum review cycle and things like that with them.
Okay.
Some of the questions that they came up with, at a previous meeting. So we discussed that. And then, the carnival came up, and then there's a conflict on the carnival date, so we're right now emailing, everyone's kind of emailing around to try to reschedule that date. Because the carnival company apparently wasn't available on the original date we had.
How about library?
And
Was the
then, yeah,
library on
and
the
Blaine-
agenda?
Blaine was there to, he shared some of the things, the updates on the library. We talked about we have the program for kids to look up books and things like that is online, so you can do that from home and kind of see what kind of books we've got in the library right from anywhere on the internet. So that's on our website. We showed them the new I don't know, catalog system or whatever, the how to look up book system, and Blaine talked about how he's gonna show the kids how to use that system.
How are we doing on some of those books in back?
I think we only have 3 or 4 boxes left.
Nice.
We did get a donation of 200 books, their Reader's Digest books.
Okay.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but those books were donated to us at the end of last year, or December or whatever, and so we'll get those out as well. But yeah, we only have 3 or 4 boxes left, probably back there. We're getting about a box in every 3 days, probably.
So the scheduling with Blaine and Mrs. Wojciechowski, that's all going good?
Yep,
Good.
it's going really well.
Okay. Anything else? Continuing education, Mockmeal and Radke.
Nothing.
The facilities maintenance, we met before our meeting here, and there was 3 big items that we discussed. One was the sprinkler, the second was the roof. Mr. McNulty, you want to kind of elaborate on those items?
Yeah, with the vote going through here, back in January, 82%. Now we are now okay to start moving forward with our main three parts of the project, which are the sprinkler system, the roof, and the plumbing fixes. So right now we have Garland coming in, a meeting with legal counsel also this week just to see, make sure we go through the bid process, right, or we have to go back through it. The sprinkler system, we talked about how we're gonna go through taking care of that with architect and companies, we have to do that coming up. That's a fire marshal one, so that'll be closely watched by them. And then the plumbing stuff, Dave right now is getting, all the quotes, that's a much smaller one, but he's getting all the quotes and stuff, we had those coming in too, so we can start moving on this stuff. Hopefully, well, it'd be nice for the plumbing ones to get going here within within a month. But I'd say the other two will be spring, summer, obviously activities, because the roof can kinda get done anytime, we just hopefully get that one going quicker, until if we don't get a lot of rain or snow, it doesn't keep leaking, so they come quicker than both, but, yeah, I think, the group here gave some good recommendations, we have two very good people who understand, how that works with buildings, so we, rely on their expertise at times, and they do a great job, so you'll see these things done by the end of the summer, that would be nice.
Anything else from Mr. Rick or Mark? You got anything else to add on that? No? Tech Media, Kyle and Klitzky?
I had attended the LCTN board meeting last Wednesday night in Atwater Grove City. It was basically a reorg of the officers and so forth like that. It's their annual meeting. One point that I took out of this is in the fall of 2011, the internet bandwidth that they had for the 19 districts that were in there was 70 meg. They upgraded it this past fall to 250 meg. It's more than 3 times within, because of all the iPads and everything else that's been put into place here at the school. So that's something, at this point, I think they said they've only raised rates on the districts one time in like the last 15 years, and I think it was last year.
Yeah. It's been
And he
pretty
said if it,
great.
they upgraded again, so the current system can handle up to 500 if needed, but who knows what's gonna happen
Those
with,
things are gonna be changing quick.
so that's what they said, to start, keeping it in mind that with costs that are coming down the chute.
The cost goes right up. We've been hanging around, I think, 29,000 since, at least I've been here.
Yeah,
It hasn't
he said
changed
it's-
yet, so.
I think there was one, I think he said one increase in the last
Yeah.
15 years, so. But other than that, that was it. That meeting.
I have noticed that the website, whoever's doing the website is doing a better job, or a really nice job of keeping up, things are changing and updating. I noticed that we had the information about the, boats on there, and now it's the Snowfest week, so it's actually really up to date. So that's nice to see, because parents really do rely on it.
It's a
Is that you or
combination of all
Ken?
three of us.
Yeah, I think
You-
whatever it is,
We're all
it depends on
doing
what
it.
we're putting on there.
Yeah, we're kind of all doing our thing and just telling what we're doing, so.
Yep.
Okay, and then how about legislative?
I'm getting a lot of emails.
Fantastic. Then you were the right person for the job.
And I am reading, the legislature is taking an active interest too in the added security, and I'm sure you're probably hearing about that. So I'm gonna be interested to hear in the next coming months what they're going to mandate for added security.
Yeah, mandated, but probably
Not
unfunded
funded,
mandate.
yes. Unfunded mandate.
Yeah. With the President Obama doing, he wants to put more COPS grants out there for security, so hopefully we'll be able to work on that in the future to try to get some secure school grant money from federal government. So, did you have anything else on that?
That's all.
Activities Committee, Heigl, Kylo, and Radke?